Hello and welcome to today's podcast. I'm Jeff Shellmeyer, Vice President of Professional Services at V Technologies. And today I am joined by Mark Kausel, Client Services Director. Mark, how are you today?
I'm great, Jeff. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. Hey, thanks so much for joining today. I wanted to talk about a white paper that you recently wrote called Bringing Technology to Revenue Cycle. I know that technology and RCM is a keen interest of yours. Tell me why you wanted to write this paper.
Thanks, Jeff. Yeah, I've always been very interested in technology. And one of the things that I've seen in healthcare and the revenue cycle space is the lack of standardization in some of the definitions. And I look back at when EMRs and EHRs came into play, and when you were trying to work with organizations, it was very difficult to understand what people were talking about. It wasn't having a conversation apples to apples. And in the case of technology and revenue cycle, what I'm seeing is that that's true today, and especially in definitions related to artificial intelligence, machine learning, robotic process automation, business analytics. And so I felt that it was important to try and bridge that gap, put some standardization in place, and share with people the perspective I have on that.
Terrific. And aside from those really important definitions of terms, Mark, where do you think that technology can be most effective inserted in the revenue cycle?
I think there are a lot of places in revenue cycle that we can apply technology. If you look at the processes that happen every single day, they're so manual and some are complicated. And so by applying automation, applying some machine learning, some intelligence, if you will, to that automation, it's going to have tremendous impacts on organization. It's going to improve accuracy. It's going to reduce turnaround times. It's going to reduce the number of denials. It takes that human error factor out of the equation. And so I think there's a huge opportunity for automation and technology in revenue cycle.
So Mark, a word to our clients, if I'm reading this paper, where would I start? Where do you think a good place to start is in terms of inserting technology into revenue cycle, or how would a client even begin to evaluate that?
Well, that's a great question, Jeff. And I think involving someone that's got some experience, not only with the process, but with the technology is an important part of it. Applying technology alone to a process isn't necessarily going to fix the problem. It may actually make the problem worse. By having somebody that understands the process, knows the technology, is able to bridge that gap and bring both the process and the automation, that knowledge, that technology to bear, you're going to see much better results. I look at technology, it's an iterative process. It's not something that you're going to implement and it's going to fix the problem right away. It's something you need to grow with. So bringing a partner in that has that experience, understands both the process, can deliver on the technology is your best chance for success.
And finally, Mark, what would you like our readers to take away from your paper?
Yeah, I think the big thing is when you're having conversations about technology, especially in revenue cycle, we're at the beginning stages of that. And you need to be able to have the conversation and have an apples to apples conversation. So really make sure that the person that you're speaking with, the vendor that you're partnering with, is sharing with you what basically has the same definition of the terms as you do, has the same goals and expectations that you do. And so clearly articulate what those are, make sure it's a level playing field, and then go ahead and implement technology because there's a tremendous amount of benefit to be received by it.
Mark, thank you very much for joining me today. You can find Mark's white paper, Bringing Technology to RCM, at vtechnologies.com.
Thanks, Jeff. It was a pleasure.